Hello and welcome to another Pulse-Fired Gaming video. My name is Brandon and today we're going to be taking a look at starships from Babylon 5, namely the Narn regime. Babylon 5 has long been my favorite science fiction TV series, and the Narn regime is top of Tyrell lore on Cults 3D. We're a licensed printer of Tyrells, so if you don't own a 3D printer and you're looking for some Narn ships, feel free to visit our store at printedstarships.com. And we'll have links in the description below for each of these products. The ships we're showcasing here are the first set of Narn ships that we're choosing to showcase from the faction. These ships are all printed in resin. All of the bases are printed in PLA or a mixture of PLA and resin when it comes to the fighter bases. And they are all suitable for Star Wars Armada scale. That means they look good next to Star Wars Armada ships. We're going to be going from smallest to largest here. So let's get started with that. First up, we have the Frazi fighters. The Frazis are an excellent match for the Centauri Sentry, which it was designed to defeat. The Frazi matches the speed against superior firepower and its agility against heavy armor. In battle, victory normally belongs to the better pilot. The Gorith, which predates the Frazi by several years, is designed as the fleet's interceptors. The ship is fast and highly maneuverable, a formidable dogfighter. In the hands of a skilled pilot facing a similarly competent pilot, the ship will dance and whirl in a spectacular dogfight. The ship lacks the firepower of the Frazi, therefore poses little threats to capital ships. The Gquan is the smallest ship we're going to be looking at today. A ship with incredibly destructive potential, the Gquan rarely returns from large engagements and is considered the second most expensive vehicle in the Narn regime to field because of its high attrition rate. These missile frigates rarely return because enemies often open fire on them as soon as they come into range, even in preference to closer or more vulnerable targets. This is because the Gquan, if given a chance to fire, can launch an incredible number of missiles and faster firing ion torpedoes. The power of a Gquan salvo is so great, no vessel of any younger race fleet can ignore its firepower for more than a few minutes. Its lack of secondary weapons and fast-loading energy mines, however, have proved too often to be the Gquan's undoing, as it's quickly overwhelmed by any fleet that survives its initial salvos. The Thnor, or Trakk, going by two different names, the Babylon 5 role-playing game says that about the ship. The warship is designed to withstand return fire long enough for it to unleash multiple salvos of ion torpedo fire. It's a ship that brims with dozens of ion torpedo launchers, giving it the ability to slam nearly a dozen ionic warheads into enemy ships in a single salvo. The ship is equipped with point defense weapons to keep enemy fighters from harassing the cruiser too badly. The ship was going to be featured in an unreleased Babylon 5 game, Into the Fire, as an older design for the Narn regime. Although these ships technologically are out of date in comparison to newer models such as the Gquan, they remain formidable. The ship would be scaled slightly shorter than a Hyperion-class cruiser from the Earth Force. The Tloth is an assault group all by itself, designed to bring a host of powerful weapons and a full assault company into the fray. It fulfills the Narn's wish for a frontline assaulter. Built both to support and spearhead an attack, depending on the needs of its accompanying vessels, a Tloth can perform nearly as well as any vessel in the regime navy. There have been variants of the Tloth that it uses exclusively for special purposes, but aging designs and less advanced technology compared to the mainstream flagships like the Gquan keep it from being widely accepted by most war leader fleet commanders. Designed to be a hunter-killer ship of the Narn regime in search of smaller prey, the Varnic long-range destroyer is a mightily deadly ship with the ability to jump into a system, scan out a viable target it can destroy quickly, and devour it with overwhelming firepower. While not particularly effective against larger vessels due to its lack of focused range, it is an excellent battlefield bully and does well searching out smaller craft. In a single attack pass, it can easily cripple a targeted ship of smaller size or deal moderate damage to vessels of a larger size. There's never a shortage of captains volunteering to command a Varnic, as there is much glory to be had in a fast-moving ship that has the power to obliterate a weakened enemy in a single pass. Its ion torpedoes launchers are powerful weapons to use against targets on longer-range theaters and are brutally accurate. It can soften up a target quite well before closing to laser or pulse cannon range to be finished off. The ship was designed to have weaponry at every tactical range category in order to make sure that the faster targets do not get away from it unscathed. Unlike so many of the Narn's regime vessels that act as a jack of all trades, the Varnic operates as a space lane sniper, always looking for an easy kill to add to the long list each ship tends to accumulate. The mainstay of many a Narn fleet, the Gquan class heavy cruiser is a superb vessel, trading strong secondary armaments for devastating long-range weapons and close-up fighter defense. This ship packs a punch few enemies are likely to forget. With combined battle lasers and energy mines, a squadron of these ships can lay waste to a weak enemy before he's able to close range and attack. The Gquan class cruiser was active since at least 2245. The majority of them were destroyed during the Non-Centauri War, with the greatest losses suffered at the Battle of Gorith 7. In an attempt to destroy the main Centauri supply base, war leader Gquan led an armada made up of the bulk of the Narn fleet in an all-out frontal assault on a planet called Gorith 7. Unfortunately, the planet was guarded by a small fleet of shadow vessels which intercepted the Narn armada, completely annihilating it. It took only slight damage to one of its vessels. Despite this, about 10 Narn warships, mainly cruisers, did survive the war, though most were crippled and left to drift during the Centauri's rush to advance the Narn homeworld. They were later salvaged by the Narn resistance, requiring one ship to be cannibalized to repair another. Only the Trakk was left fully functional thanks to the intervention of the Babylon 5 forces, and it would later play a key role against the war in the shadows. This has been a brief look into the first wave of Narn ships that we decided to add to our Etsy store back when we first were starting. If you want to take a look at these ships closer, feel free to visit the links in the description. We will be returning to form, doing more and more of these videos as we continue to go through. The next one up will be the first wave ships from the Centauri. Thank you very much for watching and patronizing us. And if you wish to subscribe or leave a comment, our YouTube channel would love the engagement. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.